Hey guys, coming to you from the backyard today. It's gonna be Thursday when you watch the video, but it's Wednesday right now for me, and it is gorgeous out here. So just changing the scenery up a little bit. We're gonna be looking at the first part of John chapter 2, looking at verses 1 through 12. This is a pretty famous passage. Jesus turns the water into wine. Let's jump in. On the third day there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when the people have drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This, the first of his signs, Jesus did at Cana in Galilee, and manifested his glory. And his disciples believed in him. After this he went down to Capernaum with his mother and his brothers and his disciples, and they stayed there for a few days. This miracle is widely considered to be the first one that Jesus performed as a part of his public ministry. John's gospel is actually the only gospel that includes this miracle. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of the stuff in here is like way above my pay grade, right? I went to school to be a math teacher, not a biblical smart person. Like, what does he mean when he says my hour has not yet come? Why does he seem to kind of be a little bit abrupt when talking to his mom? Why does he call her woman and not mother? I don't know. Why does, even after he tells her, what does it have to do with me? My hour has not yet come. Why does he still go ahead and do it? Like, that's interesting. It seems like it's kind of contradicting there. I think there's 2 things that I really come away from this passage with, thinking about how can this be applied to my life. Well, obviously the miracle is amazing, right? And really shows that Jesus is God, right? Like, who else can just create something out of nothing? It shows his power over nature. But I love early on in the passage, the wine runs out, which is like a big problem at a wedding feast. And Jesus' mother, who we know from the other Gospels is named Mary. He doesn't call her by name here. But she comes right to Jesus. Like, there's this problem, and she takes it right to Jesus. We're not told of any hesitation. It's just, hey, there's this problem. I'm going to go talk to Jesus. And I think that that's a great example for us. Is yes, God desires us to commune with him in all parts of our lives, but when problems or troubles arise, do we take them straight to him, or do we maybe initially seek out other options first? And then I love that Jesus turns the water into wine, but it's not just any regular old wine. The master says, usually you bring out the good wine first and then later bring out the bad, the wine that's not as good, because people are, their palate is starting to get numbed a little bit. They don't taste things as well as maybe they did before, so they don't notice bringing out bad wine. But this guy says, man, you kept back the good wine till now. The wine that Jesus created was good. It was better than what they had before. And he can do that for me. He can do that for you too. That he can give you a life that is more fulfilled, a life that has a greater purpose, a life where you have value in His kingdom. And maybe sometimes that looks a little bit different than what the world would define as better. Now, I'm not saying that God's going to change your life and make you rich or make you successful or make you happy all the time or make you make everything in your life go smoothly. But He can give you purpose. He can give you fulfillment. He can give you a life in which you are perfectly content because of the hope that you have, not in yourself or your surroundings, but the hope that you have in Jesus. And in that way, He can transform your life to make it better than it was before. I want to challenge you. Maybe some of those things that I mentioned, I said that's kind of above my pay grade. Have a conversation with somebody about it. Somebody that you trust, that you can ask these questions to. Some of those things that, go and explore some of that stuff on your own. And then, like I said, this was the first miracle recorded in John. And my challenge for you now also is go in the other three Gospels, and I want you to find the first miracles that are recorded in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And then, message me with what you come up with, and you might get some points for the daily challenges. Kind of incorporate the Bible study stuff into the daily challenges too. Just send me a message with what you come up with. Looking forward to doing another one of these tomorrow. We'll see you guys later.